Hi, and welcome to Learning to Read Oracle Cards for Beginners. I'm Aerin Cube, and I will be guiding you on learning how to discover everything that there is for a beginner to know to get very basic with learning how to use Oracle cards, whether it's for reading for yourself or others. I think it's very valid and valuable, especially at the beginning of anyone's spiritual journey, because they have that ability to make a connection, but say they sometimes doubt. So if there are things that you want to know, you don't have to go to a psychic. I have found that you can use oracle cards and they give you direct messages from your angels, your guides, and your higher self, loved ones in spirit, if you will. I think it's a great way to really build your confidence in learning who you are, in learning your intuition, just validating overall what you've been feeling. Sometimes life can get confusing and we doubt ourselves or we don't know which direction to take. And I have always found that oracle cards were very, very helpful for that. There are other types of divination, but this is probably the one that is my favorite. All right. Thank you very much. I look forward to supporting you on this journey. So I appreciate you signing up for this class and watching the video. Okay, so in this course, let me just kind of cover a little bit of what this is going to be about. Obviously, there are oracle card classes that could go more in depth, especially when it comes to interpreting symbols and learning to read more on a psychic level. But this, I have always found, is very easy and anyone can do it. So you don't have to consider yourself psychic or, you don't have to have the clairs in full operation. While I know that you have them, everybody has them. Sometimes they feel very dormant or we just don't understand them. But when it comes to oracle cards, really we can use our gut instincts. And even if that seems hard, there's a book that comes with oracles that pretty much can spell out some of the messages that you may be searching for. So first of all, we're going to talk a little bit about, the introduction to oracle cards, choosing the right deck and creating a sacred space. You want to be able to find the right cards that resonate with you and then set up a positive environment for your readings. And then of course, we're going to talk a little bit about preparing for readings and learning how to become present. And my favorite is setting intentions. Conducting a reading, discovering techniques for how to shuffle them and selecting the cards, going through some simple spreads so you can learn how to set up for your card reading. And then just an intro to interpreting symbols, to decoding some common symbols and their meanings, but it's more of an example. And if you wanted to go further, that could be possibly another course or just absolutely working and practicing. So then there could be some techniques I'll share. And then of course about welcoming the new deck and how to ask questions or reading obstacles. So just remember, this journey is about growth and exploration. Embrace each step and trust in your ability to connect with the cards. I think it's a absolutely wonderful and so helpful, I'll say it again, part of your journey, especially when you're first starting out and everything seems overwhelming or confusing and you need messages. So let's dive into choosing your oracle deck. With so many different styles and themes available, it can feel overwhelming. There's so many. I mean, I go into a store, a metaphysical store, and I'm surrounded by new cards, different cards. People make cards now. You can make cards. It's phenomenal. It's awesome. But unlike tarot cards, oracle cards come with these various themes, including oracle tarot, and each with a guidebook providing basic and additional meanings. Many students worry about picking the wrong deck, but let me assure you, you just can't pick a wrong deck. Sometimes you might choose a deck that doesn't resonate with you, and that's okay. From my experience, it's all about finding the one that feels right for you. So trust in your cards and have faith in the guidance. One of the things you need to know is you have to let go of any doubt or the need for your cards to answer every single question. And sometimes the universe may not want to answer specific questions, and we'll discuss that a little bit more later. I can definitely tell you there's times where if I am asking the same question repeatedly, as if I'm trying to get the cards to give me the answer I want, that sometimes it feels like I'm getting nothing out of it. And that's not true. So that's kind of an obstacle we'll talk about when we're discussing how to ask the right questions. But oracles in general are very validating. So you have to learn that through practice. And sometimes everything that you see is not going to be everything that you'll take with you from that card. I just want to put that out there right now. When choosing an oracle deck, here's some tips just to help you out. First, think about topics that you love, like angels, Reiki, or even animal guides. Then you can pick the decks from creators you feel connected to. So let's say, for example, you love angel cards. You might enjoy decks by Doreen Virtue. You may enjoy decks from James Van Praagh. There's John Holland, Radley Valentine. There's a great many oracle cards, again, to choose from by different creators. I think it's helpful to check what others are saying about the different decks. So check out the reviews. If you can, visit a store to maybe even see and feel the cards in person. But if you can't, those reviews are really helpful. I have looked on Amazon and read their reviews, as well as even searched, because obviously sometimes you can't see the pictures. So I know when I looked for my first deck, and it was by Doreen Virtue at the time, which I don't know if she's still making cards, but I do believe you can still purchase her cards. I want to say that when I went looking for the cards, I was able to put in the title of it, and I had some examples that people had maybe posted pictures of cards. And I just liked the artwork, or there was something about them that really resonated. So you kind of have to follow that a little bit if you're feeling confused. If you feel like, hey, I want this deck, you should go for it. Definitely go for it. Although I want to say that I recommend when you're first learning to maybe focus on just one deck. And then this way you can get familiar with the cards, you can build your confidence, and then you'll deepen your understanding. And that may be especially true if you're going to learn to interpret through symbols, let's say, a better understanding of each card and its meaning. Now, if you have multiple decks and you need help choosing one for the daily reading, let's say that, then you just have to follow your instincts. What I guess I'm saying here is I have a lot of decks. You don't need a lot, trust me. I think it can be a little bit of an addiction at one point, but I don't buy them anymore like I did. And I will say that I do still have quite a collection. I've given some away, but I would come in if I'm looking for a reading and I want to give it to myself, let's say, then I will go and I will look at my decks and I'll just go where I feel drawn for the day. I do have my favorite decks, and then therefore I will often go to them, or I'll pick one out and leave it by the side of my bed. Yeah, I think you really can't go wrong. You just go with your gut if you have multiple decks. So let's just say follow your instinct. And you're going to want to trust your intuition, right? That's just so critical. When you're ready for a reading, close your eyes and reach out to your collection, if you will, and let the universe's energy just guide your hand to the right deck for the day. Trust that the universe will lead you to the right cards, making the process easier and more intuitive for you. So let's talk about the importance of a dedicated reading space. Having a special place for your oracle card readings may enhance the entire experience. So when you have a specific area in your home where you may feel most comfortable, or you feel the energy is very positive, it makes it easier to focus and even connect with your cards. This dedicated space should be somewhere you enjoy being, filled with items that maybe even make you happy and feel inspired. Being in a positive and clear environment helps you receive better guidance from your oracle cards. By prioritizing your needs and creating, say, a loving space, you not only improve your readings, but also spread this positive energy into other aspects of your life, let's say. A designated space also seems to encourage regular practice. When you have an inviting area ready for your readings, it may be easier to sit down, get present, and fully enjoy the process. And this consistent practice can help you improve your skills, deepen your connection with your oracle cards. So let's talk about setting up your ideal space for oracle card readings. Let's say you don't have one or you want to know more. Your space should reflect your personal tastes and bring you joy. And here's a few tips here, like how you can create the perfect reading area. First, select a spot. Find a comfortable and a quiet place in your home for your oracle card readings. This could be a desk, a cozy corner, or even a small table, or even your bedside. Next, you're going to want to decorate it. Just decorate it thoughtfully. Fill this area with items that makes you feel positive and inspired. You can even think about adding, say, crystals or candles or flowers or even meaningful pictures. So choose items that resonate with you and enhance your connection to the cards. And I also want to bring in, it's important to maintain cleanliness, right? Keep your space tidy and free of clutter. A clean and organized area can help create a positive environment, and it makes it a place where you look forward to visiting. Now, I'm going to add that sometimes we don't have that space. I know in some homes I didn't have a dedicated space, and that's probably why I ended up using my bedroom. But if a permanent setup isn't possible, you can always consider portability. Keep your items in a box or a basket, and then this way you can easily set up your space whenever you're ready for a reading. So that might mean that you have them in a basket or you have them in a special sacred space where you can pull out the cards and you can take them wherever you need to, right? So lastly, let's talk about staying open to inspiration. Be open to new ideas and continuously look for ways to enhance your space. Let your creativity guide you in making your space uniquely yours. And by creating a loving and inviting space for your oracle card readings, you'll make the practice more enjoyable and more effective. This positive environment will enhance your connection to the cards, and overall, I believe it will improve your readings. But everything is how we see it as. So nothing is required. Remember that. But it's only something to consider. So now that you understand the importance of a dedicated space, we're going to move on. So let's start by talking about how to prepare your oracle cards for a reading. When you first open your oracle card deck, you can do so with intention. So you can take a moment to set your intention for preparing, cleansing, clearing, and getting ready to connect with those cards and receive guidance. You can say what you will that would bring positive energy right off the get-go, even just with your thoughts. We're going to talk more about cleansing and clearing your cards as well. And when you first get those cards, you may notice they're in a plastic wrap. And you would want to open that up, obviously, and then some cards can be kind of sticky. So you'll want to you're going to want to touch each one to begin with, but you're going to want to unstick them. Sometimes, like I said, they can be a little sticky, so you're going to want to open them up and just kind of peel them apart carefully. All right. But going more into cleansing cards, you can use smudging, crystals, sound, or moonlight. And if you choose smudging, you can light some sage, some Palo Santo, or incense and pass each card through the smoke with the intention to clear away any negative or stagnant energy. But if you prefer using crystals, place a clear quartz or even a selenite crystal on top of your deck for, let's say, a few hours to cleanse and recharge the cards. And for sound cleansing, you can say gently ring a bell, a singing bowl if you have one, or use a tuning fork if you have that over your deck, allowing these beautiful vibrations to just cleanse the cards. Alternatively, you can place your cards under the light of a full moon overnight, and the moonlight is said to naturally cleanse and recharge them. After cleansing, hold the deck in your hands, close your eyes, and then you're going to take in a really good big deep breath and set a clear, positive intention for your cards asking them to provide clear and accurate guidance. So let's say you could say something like this: I cleanse these cards of any negative energy. May they be filled with light, love, and wisdom, and guide me to the answers and insights I seek. Now we're going to turn our attention to starting to shuffle the cards to infuse them with our energy. Focus on your intention and that guidance that you seek, because this helps personalize the cards and strengthen your connection with them. When you're not using the cards, you can store them in a very special place, like a fabric pouch or a wooden box. Keeping them in a clean and sacred space helps maintain their positive energy. All right, now we've come to our opening blessing to set a positive and focused tone for our time together. This practice helps us release any expectations or any worries about our ability to learn and succeed with the oracle cards, allowing us to be more open to the guidance and the wisdom they will offer. We'll begin and end each session with this practice. So I encourage you during your readings to open with a blessing, perhaps. And then that will help you set a wonderful tone. So let's find a comfortable position. And I want you to close your eyes and take a big, deep breath in. And then when you hold it for a second, just then exhale slowly, letting go of any tension, any stress. And as you're breathing in and you're breathing out, you're going to want to feel your body just begin to relax. Next, let's go ahead and ground ourselves. To do this, place your feet flat on the floor and imagine roots extending from your feet, reaching deep into the earth. Feel the connection to the earth, providing you with stability and grounding. Take a moment to fully sense this connection. If you have trouble visioning it, say it in your mind. I am now grounding with roots deep into the Mother Earth. Now imagine a gentle light. Picture this light. It's entering through the top of your head, flowing down through your body. See it moving through your neck, your shoulders, your arms, and hands. Feel it continuing down to your torso, your hips, your legs, and your feet. This light is warm and soothing, surrounding you with peace and calm. Visualize yourself in a serene place. This could be a beautiful garden, maybe a beach, or a forest. Allow your mind to take you somewhere completely safe and at ease. Bring the tranquility of this place throughout your entire body, filling you with a deep sense of relaxation. Next, you're going to set your intention. Open your mind and heart, inviting in blessings, opportunities, ideas, inspiration, energy, guidance. You might say silently to yourself, I am open to receiving all the guidance and blessings the universe has for me. I am ready to embrace the wisdom and the insight from my oracle cards. Embrace the moment and stay here for a few seconds, just letting the universe fill you with everything you need right now. Feeling this connection deeply, knowing that you're supported and guided. Now slowly bring your awareness back to the room, wiggling your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes, carrying a sense of peace and readiness with you, knowing that you've opened yourself to all the good things life has to offer, and setting a very powerful tone for your readings today. Now, let's harness the positive energy we've cultivated and channel it even more into setting further intention. This is your chance to ask the universe for even more blessings, more opportunities and inspiration and guidance to manifest. It starts, though, with figuring out what you want, which is often the hardest part, and while we're about to embark on it. So first of all, we're going to be answering some questions and then reflecting on them for about 3 or 4 minutes, okay? The first thing is, what do you love about oracle card readings? What excites you? Think about this. Is it perhaps the pictures, the messages, or the feeling of the connection? Here's an example. I love using oracle cards because I love the validation and I love the confidence when I use my cards. This just gives an idea, but feel free to write down your own thoughts. Second, what is your favorite oracle card? And then why? Do you have one yet? If you haven't found one in your new deck, take it out and look through it. Find one that stands out to you, and then describe why you love it. What fascinates you about the card? What pulls you in? Find it and explain why it may resonate with you. Third, what do you want to achieve while doing oracle cards? Third, what do you desire to achieve in this course or using your oracle cards? Why are you here today? Be specific and brave about your goals. So I want to look at the cards and I want to understand their messages. I've been using cards and I'm confused. I doubt my cards and I want to learn more to be stronger at readings. Use this as inspiration to write down your own intentions and as examples. Remember, the universe can't bring what you want unless you're clear about it yourself. So intention setting exercises are very powerful tools for manifesting desires. Go ahead and enjoy the process. It's meant to be fun, clarifying, and even empowering. All right, great work setting your intention for this course. The universe is already starting to help you manifest your goals. Just have faith. Have faith in yourself and trust. The energy of the universe hears your intention and is beginning to bring together the people, the opportunities, and the experiences needed to achieve whatever it is that you're desiring. It's an exciting process. Now, let's talk about preparing yourself for an oracle card reading, because you play a vital role in the reading, serving as the channel for the guidance. How you feel and your state of mind when you start is crucial, which is why I love setting intention, why I love having an opening blessing, giving yourself that time to feel grateful and to manifest what you desire. Oracle cards are a tool to connect with the higher wisdom of the universe, your intuition, your spiritual guides that are always around you. The information you receive comes from a place of divine wisdom, intended to offer you insights, guidance, and clarity. So trusting this process is essential for a more accurate and meaningful reading. So to get ready for a reading, start by allowing yourself to be fully present, because we all lead very busy lives and are often rushing through our activities. So it's important to pause, reflect, and be present during your oracle card readings. This pause just lets you access more clarity and accurate guidance and enjoy the experience. All right, so first things first, find a quiet and comfy spot where you won't be interrupted. This could be that special area that we've set up for your readings, or any peaceful place in your home. Once you're settled, take a moment to sit down and close your eyes. Take a few big deep breaths in, inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly. This will help you to center yourself, release your tension or any distractions from your day. Now give yourself permission to be fully present in the moment by simply silently saying, I give myself permission to be here now, fully enjoying this experience with my oracle cards. Now visualize, if you can, a warm, gentle light surrounding you. Imagine the lights filled with peace and positivity, creating a calm and focused atmosphere. Feel the light just filling you up and bringing a sense of calm and readiness. Next, grab your cards and hold them in your hands. Feel their weight, feel their texture, and close your eyes again. Take another moment and just connect with these cards, setting once again those clear connections by giving an intention. You might say something like, I'm open to receiving clear and accurate guidance from these cards. May they bring me insight. May they bring me wisdom. May they bring me validation and clarity. Next, trusting the information you receive is crucial. So remember, the messages from the universe, your higher self, your spiritual guides, they're all here to provide you with the insights you need. And as you practice, your confidence in interpreting the cards will eventually grow, and you'll learn to trust the messages that come through. So the more open and trusting you are, the clearer the guidance should be. And by following these simple steps, you'll ensure that you're fully present and prepared for your card reading. So this simple practice enhances your connection to the cards, making your readings even more effective and meaningful. All right, now you should be ready to ask your question, and you're going to want to learn how to phrase your questions when using oracle cards. How you ask your questions really matters because it shapes the guidance you get. Oracle cards aren't meant to give simple yes or no answers. There are some decks that are meant for that, but really, truly, if you ask questions like that, you won't get the helpful, detailed guidance you're looking for. A lot of people get frustrated because they keep asking the same questions, it seems, over and over. I think it's something that we all do. I know I did. But I'm going to show you how to ask better questions without falling into the trap of repetition. So that's an obstacle we want to overcome. So let's say we have an example, something like this. You work with somebody and they ask you, should I leave my partner? Well, let's say you may feel something towards that, but you want validation. Well, you could use your cards, but because that's a tough and complex question and it's very significant, I don't think it's something that Oracle cards can answer directly. Oracle cards are more to provide guidance, clarity, and direction. Just remember that, helping you make empowered decisions. So instead of asking something like that, more of a yes or no question, try asking an empowering question, like, how can I better create an outcome that will help me? What is the best possible outcome here? What am I overlooking? What do I need to know right now? These types of questions will help you gain insight further so that you can take smarter, more actionable steps. The universe wants to help you grow and learn. So here's some examples of empowering questions that you could use. What would it be best for me to do in this situation? What would you recommend my next step be? So questions like inviting guidance and clarity allow you to make more informed decisions and take better action in your life. When you're unsure of what to ask, here's, I would say, 3 reliable questions to use. What would you like me to know today? I use this one very often, even when I want specific answers on something that has been bothering me, because I want my guides to give me the information that may be most important for me. Or what about a question like, how can I create the best possible outcome? What am I overlooking, right? So these questions can be very powerful, very helpful in aiding you to move forward. These questions are great for starting a reading, and they can spark further questions as you go along as well. They're designed just to help you get valuable insights and make the most of your Oracle card readings. Now, here's the obstacle, right? It's natural to want to ask the same question multiple times, but this can lead to often to muddled, unclear messages where you may feel frustrated or you may start to distrust your cards, and you don't want that. So instead, always ask a follow-up question. If you have a specific question, ask it. As long as it's open and empowering, then you could ask a follow-up question to gain further guidance and clarity rather than phrase the same question over again. I hope that makes sense. This approach helps the universe empower you without causing all that confusion, frustration, and distrust of your cards. And by learning to phrase your questions effectively, you'll get more clear, helpful guidance from your Oracle cards and make the most of your readings. So let's go back into conducting an Oracle card reading, right? Because we've prepared ourselves, we've went through the blessing, and we've cleared and cleansed. We are ready now to ask our question. So first, start off holding those cards. You can even put them up to your heart if you'd like and say your question. Shuffle your cards. Just a nice, easy shuffle. Next, depending on your spread, you're going to draw your cards. Select the ones that stand out to you. Trust your intuition. Draw each one and place it where you need to for your spread. I usually put them, if there's 5 cards, I usually just one after the other Now flip the cards over and then observe the cards. Look at each one carefully. Notice any symbols, colors, or images that catch your eye. Pay attention to your immediate feelings or thoughts. And feel the cards. Hold the card in your hand one by one if you need to, and close your eyes. Focus on the energy of the card. Focus on how it makes you feel. As you hold the card, receive intuition. Whatever comes to you, it doesn't matter, just feel it. With your eyes closed, perhaps you can receive impressions, even more feelings or thoughts that will come to you. Trust your intuition and any of the subtle messages you receive. After that, it's probably easiest to go ahead and just check the guidebook. Once you've felt the card's energy, you can refer to the guidebook for its meaning. Keep in mind that not everything in the book will apply word for word to your specific question. Finally, interpret and validate. Use your intuition and the feelings you received from the card to understand its message further by using the guidebook's explanation as validation. Remember again, not every word in there will apply. Sometimes it could be additional meanings. Sometimes it could be a phrase or a thought. So as you read through it, you may see something there that stands out. All right. When you're done, you're going to want to thank your cards. And after the reading, you can express gratitude for the guidance and insight that was shared from the universe, your guides, your higher self. And as a completion, go ahead and store them in a safe place. I'm about to give you a little bit more of a closing blessing at the end of this that you could utilize if you wanted to. But I think being grateful and saying thank you is very important. But nevertheless, I will share my closing blessing. And that's it. You've successfully conducted an oracle card reading. How about that? Pretty easy, huh? Once you get good enough at it, you may even want to start practicing on your friends, let's say. All right, we're going to dive into beginner tips on interpreting the cards through symbols in a little bit more depth. But before we do that, let's talk about some different spreads that you can use for your cards. Believe it or not, there's countless spreads available online, and most oracle decks do come with basic spreads even in their guidebook, like the 3-card or the 10-card spread. These spreads explain what each card's position usually stands for. The spread you choose often depends on your question, the time you have, and how much advice you might be seeking. Personally, I often use the 10-card spread, and I've created some of my own based on what I wanted to know. With clear intention, you can adapt any spread to suit your needs. Remember, it's all about what resonates with you because it's your unique journey. All right, so you can see here, I have an easy 3-card spread and the Celtic Cross 10-card spread. And if you do a simple search, again, you will find many great different variations. Go with what resonates or what appears to help you get the best insight with intention. I can tell you a few quickly. For instance, for beginners, there's a 1-card spread, which is a great place to start if you ask me. It's simple, it's perfect for quick answers or daily guidance. But if you want a bit more detail, you might want to try the 3-card spread, which is very versatile to gain insight into the past, the present, and future, or to understand a situation, the action to take, and the potential outcome. For more in-depth guidance, there's a 5-card spread, and that can be helpful too, because this spread gives you a comprehensive view of, let's say, the situation, challenges, advice, possible outcome. Then again, if you're looking for even more detail, in a classic spread, the Celtic cross spread covers various aspects of a situation, providing a very well-rounded perspective. Then there's relationship ones, whether romantic, familial, professional, you name it. This one's designed to explore different aspects of your connections. So for those who like to plan, let's say ahead, you can do monthly, you can do yearly, you can do one card representing each month. You have all kinds of choices. Remember, you can get creative and design your own custom spreads to suit your specific needs and your questions. There's just no right or wrong way to do this. Follow your intuition. Now, let's try to give you a little help on learning to identify and interpret oracle cards. This is probably a little bit tough for some people, but never fear. You don't have to be psychic. You don't have to be clairvoyant to read oracle cards. This foundation level is designed to help you understand how to interpret the cards and provide clear guidance for yourself. If this seems too hard, we will discuss the easiest method of using the book again, and that should be included in your oracle deck. If it wasn't, you may have to search online for one. Generally, when purchasing, with the exception of some sellers like secondhand on the market or on some marketplaces like eBay, you want to make sure that it is included. So now let's start with interpreting the symbols on the cards. Symbols are powerful tools that can help you understand the message of your cards. And when you draw a card, you're going to want to take a moment to look at it, right? Note what stands out to you. For example, let's say there is a light on a card and you notice it. It draws you in. This may symbolize power, illumination, wisdom, positivity. A card featuring light indicates enlightenment and high energy. So sit back and think, what does light mean to you? And if you see that card and there's all kinds of stuff, but one thing sticks out, and let's say it was the light, then feel within, what does that mean? So here's an example. Draw a card, look at its title. Then identify again what stands out to you on the card. Think about what the symbol means in the context of your question. And now you can use the symbol to understand better the card's message. And to help you get started, I'm going to give you some common symbols you might encounter so that you can kind of understand where I'm going with this. So let's say there's a tree, and the tree is what stands out, and it may represent growth. Look at it that it may represent stability, because trees do. They represent growth, stability, and a connection to nature. So they suggest building a strong foundation, perhaps grounding yourself. And now let's think about water, which symbolizes emotion, intuition, and flow, right? Well, this might be encouraging you to trust your intuition and be adaptable, for example. Then there's mountains. They indicate challenges, strength, and achievement. It may not be perfect in that order for you, but it depends on your question as well. And they urge you to persevere, right? Mountains highlight your strength in overcoming obstacles, so keep that in mind. These are just examples, so you have to start building your own little symbol in dictionary, if you will. Colors are another key aspect to consider. For example, blue may represent calmness, communication, and healing. Red can signify passion, energy, and action. Green is typically associated with growth, healing, and even nature. Pay attention to the colors on the card and see how they make you feel, though. That's very important. And then what they might represent in the context of your reading. Additionally, take note of any immediate feelings or thoughts that come to you when you look right at that card. Your intuition plays a crucial role in interpreting oracle cards. Trust the impressions and emotions that arise, as that can provide you with significant insight. Remember, it's not just about the symbols or colors either. It's about the overall impression the card gives you. What catches your eye first? What does it make you think of? What does it make you feel? Associating these initial impressions with the meaning of the card can help you understand the message the universe may be trying to convey. And then by understanding these symbols, colors, and feelings, you'll be able to gain deeper insights from your oracle card readings. So take your time, practice, and let your intuition guide you. If interpreting symbols, though, feels challenging and you just feel overwhelmed, never fear. You can always just connect with your cards and use the simplest method of looking at the card, taking a moment to observe it, noticing your immediate feelings and thoughts, and then holding it in your hand and closing your eyes, focusing again on the energy of how it makes you feel, and then allow any impressions, feelings, or thoughts to come to you. Right? If you're not getting them, that's okay. Just try to trust your intuition and anything that you're receiving. And hopefully, eventually down the line, this will get easier. It's all about trust. So once you've done this, now you can open your guidebook and read the card's meaning, just like we did when we set up and conducted our oracle card. Remember that not everything in the book is going to apply word for word to your specific question. I have to say that because I've had people come to me and say, yeah, this doesn't resonate and this doesn't resonate. And I have to say, that's why it's really important to kind of feel into that card, feel into even what the meaning that the guidebook is giving you. Do you need everything there? What stands out to you? The guidebook offers general meanings, and the angel's messages may come in through smaller, more personal ways. So be open to that. Use your intuition and the feelings you received from the card to find validation in that message, right? So trust what you felt and let it guide you to understanding. And if this feels difficult, again, don't stress. It just takes time and practice to become familiar with the cards and to develop your intuitive skills. That's why I think it's very helpful to just start out with one deck where you can feel very comfortable. If you truly buy the deck and you don't like the deck, find another deck, but try to work with just one deck to become very confident, to feel less doubt, and to start trusting it. And that way, the more you work with your oracle cards, the easier it will become to interpret their messages. At this time, the beginning training on using oracle is coming to a close. Remember, the path of connecting with your intuition and the guidance of the universe is a deeply personal and evolving journey. So each time you sit with your oracle cards, you're not just seeking answers. You're building a relationship with your inner wisdom and the divine energies that surround you. So let's do the final blessing. As I mentioned earlier, this isn't a requirement, but we're going to close with it. It's been wonderful having you on this journey. Taking in a good, big, deep breath in, and then placing your hands over your heart if you'd like. And you can repeat after me with this final prayer. From the core of my being, I extend my deepest gratitude to the universe, our highest guides, and all the angels for their unwavering support and guidance on this journey. May the love, clarity, and wisdom we've experienced here continue to flourish and brighten our paths. As we move forward, let us carry this positive energy into every facet of our lives, welcoming the gifts and opportunities the universe provides. May we remain open to receiving love and guidance, and so it is. Thank you everyone for being present for this presentation and guide to help support your beginning journey in discovering the art of reading oracle cards. Remember to give yourself time to practice and develop your familiarity with the cards, and trust your intuition and enjoy the journey of discovering the messages the angels have for you. So blessings, faith, and luck as you move forward. Thanks again.